I'm Cindy Whitehead. I'm from Hermosa Beach, California, and my brand is Girl Is Not a Four-Letter Word.
Fortunate ones and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
So when did you begin skateboarding? How old were you and how did it start?
The first time I started skateboarding, I was probably about 7 or 8 years old in my driveway in Hermosa Beach.
Your grandma was like an inspiration to you, so how did she help you? You said she really motivated you to skateboard.
She did. It was, like I said, predominantly a male sport, and I had been swimming, I had been horseback riding, and those two sports accepted girls very easily. But skateboarding didn't, and I think she knew that it was going to be a tough road, so she was always saying things to me like, just do your thing, go out there and have fun. If you're enjoying this, it doesn't matter if you're the only girl. If you show up at a skate park, just pretend you're one of the boys and you'll be accepted. As long as you act like you belong, other people will follow along. Mm-hmm. And that was good advice. My mom was very much into academics, so she was hoping, okay, skateboarding is fun, it's an after-school activity, but it can't be your whole life. And I think she's very proud of what's happened with me in skateboarding. I remember when the Centerfold, the magazine, came out, I had been ditching school to skate, to do that Centerfold. So I was still on restriction, or grounded, if you will, for 30 days. And when that Centerfold came out, I remember my mom saying to the photographer on the phone, that's really great, but she's got 10 more days on restriction, and when she's off, she can see that magazine.
I think that's really important that, girls have support from their families. So what do you hope to accomplish with your brand? Do you hope to reciprocate that same sense of...
I do, because I think what's important is not only acceptance from your family. If you don't have that at home, that's okay. Maybe there's somebody else out there in the community that's very accepting and helpful, and that's what we hope to do with Girls Not a Four-Letter Word. So let all girls know that we're behind them, and anything they need or want, they can come to us and ask, and we can try to help. I came up with the name Girl Is Not a Four-Letter Word. I was just thinking of names that were cool and phrases, and it just came to me one night, you don't want to use girl as a derogatory word, as a slur, and I was like, wow, that'd be cool. Hey, girl is not a four-letter word. So I wrote it down, and I thought this would be cool to use for a brand or something I'm doing later on, and that's what I ended up using it for. I think Girl Is Not a Four-Letter Word empowers all girls, not just in skateboarding, because it is basically telling you to be strong, to be bold, to ask for what you want, to go out there and do what you feel is right, and encourage other girls to do the same. There are no limitations for girls in the world, and you need to remember that. So I think Girl Is Not a Four-Letter Word is a reminder to all girls out there to go ahead and charge forward. The skateboards, the helmets, the apparel line, a lot of things we're doing, we're giving back to girls in skateboarding through every collab and every piece of the brand we do. And I'd like to see that grow even more, to have bigger collabs where we have bigger companies behind us and giving more and more to girls skateboarding. That's super important to me.
So what is a girl in a sense, if not a four-letter word?
A girl is powerful, she's strong, she's intelligent, she can do anything she puts her mind to or wants to do in this world. Mm-hmm. And girl is definitely not a slur or put down. It is an empowerment phrase as far as I'm concerned.
Any collaborations you have coming up, or collaborations that you've done in the past that you've been really proud of?
I'm very proud of the boards that we've done with Dwindle Distribution, Industrious California. Each of those boards gives back to a female-based 501c3 nonprofit in action sports. So we've partnered up with Grow in the beginning, we've partnered up with Poseidon Foundation, and we've also currently been partnering with Exposure Skate. So Dwindle matches me dollar for dollar of everything we give back from each board to those nonprofits, and every board supports a different nonprofit.
So why do you think that's important, that there are positive images of women, girls, female skateboarders in the media?
I think it's really important when a girl sees another girl doing something, it ensures them that they can do it too. If you don't see somebody like piloting a plane, do you think that you can go do it? Well, some girls will say, yes, I can.
Right.
But other girls need to see, a lot of girls need to see that some other girl is doing something. And it's the old adage of, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Skateboarding on the 405, like personally, what did that represent for you?
It represented, for me, a bit of freedom and rebelliousness that I love. Traffic's pretty good. I guess everybody stayed home for Carmageddon. Got everything prepared that we can. We'll just see how this goes. Skaters always want to be like the first to skate something or do something, like the Amazon pipes in the 70s, backyard pools in the 70s. There's a lot of things that skaters like to do to be a first and the only one. And also, it was the only girl, during that time that did that. I had invited some guy friends to come with me, and nobody wanted to get arrested or take a chance. So I was kind of like, heck yeah, a guy filmed it and a girl skated it. It's kind of a juxtaposition, which I really loved. That is super important for every girl out there to ask for what you want. Nobody can mind read, nobody can know what you want to do or where you want to go in your path in life. And skateboarding's taught me that. For an example, if I wanted to drop into the pool and nobody was letting me drop in, I just do it. I have to just do it. Nobody takes turns necessarily. You have to take that leap and you have to just go ahead and do it. And, be a little bold.
I think it's interesting how you say, just do it. If you want to do something, do it yourself. Because if you compare it to, the suffragist movement, Emily Pankhurst, she really, took it into her own hands to create change instead of waiting for change to happen. Do you see that, happening within the skateboarding community, different women starting their own brands instead of waiting for, other brands to sponsor their movement? Do you see that happening?
I do, and I think that's super important. Like Christiana Smith starting up the girls' meetup sessions in LA. I think that's super important. Also, Christiana Smith, again, with doing her videos, skating in a dress. That caught me from the minute it came out, and we wrote a story about that. We noticed that there was not anybody on the internet promoting girls skateboarding every single day. All different types of girls from all different places and all different realms of skateboarding. So we decided to fill that void and start a website and do just that. I think you do need to do exactly what you said, is find out what's missing, what you enjoy doing, and fill that little portion and persevere and move ahead, because that's how things get started. Grass movements, things get started. If you wait for somebody to come to you and say, we'd like to give you this or do that, you might be waiting a really long time. Those stories are great, those success stories are wonderful, but I see more people starting to do things and taking things into their own hand and doing it themselves.
Hey girls, if you want to try skateboarding, just get out there and go for it, because it's so fun. There's some ice, boys. Don't worry about it. And that's a wrap. Bye-bye.